Hey Feds, good news. We got a fourth victory. Another agency has been ordered to restore telework to its employees. And at this point, the pattern is impossible to ignore. But are they actually going to do it? We will see. Here's what you need to know. A third-party arbitrator has just ordered the Social Security Administration to restore telework for employees represented by AFGE. Arbitrator Sarah Miller Espinoza found that SSA violated its 2019 national agreement when it indefinitely suspended telework for its bargaining unit members. The ruling brings telework back to the levels that were in place before mid-March 2025, when SSA employees could generally telework about 2 days a week. And here's what makes the ruling worth your time even if you don't work at SSA. This is the fourth time an arbitrator has found that a federal agency violated its union contract by stripping telework in response to the return to office mandate. So let me walk you through all four. First was the EPA in December 2025. An arbitrator found that EPA violated its collective bargaining agreement by implementing return to office changes without giving AFGE prior notice or the opportunity to negotiate. The arbitrator said the union was fully justified in its demand, but here's the catch. EPA had already terminated its collective bargaining agreement entirely, so the ruling can't currently be enforced. Law still probably violated. The agency walked away from the contract and then said arbitration no longer applies to them. Second was the HHS. In January 2026, arbitrator Michael Falvo ordered HHS to rescind its return to office directive and immediately reinstate telework and remote work agreements for employees represented by the National Treasury Employees Union. HHS has a 5-year collective bargaining agreement covering 2023 through 2028. The agency can only terminate telework for cause. HHS argued that the return to office memo overrode the contractor. The arbitrator said no, and he ordered HHS to post a signed notice admitting it violated a statute. Third was HUD. In February 2026, arbitrator Michael Lecanto found that HUD violated its contract and committed a prohibited personnel practice when it unilaterally terminated telework for nearly 7,000 AFGE bargaining unit employees. Before January 2025, about 85% of HUD's bargaining unit employees had telework agreements. After the return to office orders, only about 10% did. The arbitrator ordered HUD to restore all telework arrangements, post a notice acknowledging the violation, and reimburse employees for the increased commuting and dependent care costs they incurred because of the rollback. And now SSA, the fourth ruling, and this one has its own details worth knowing. When SSA suspended telework, the former acting commissioner told the union it would only last 90 days. It didn't. It continued indefinitely under new leadership. During the arbitration hearing, SSA didn't even call a single current or former official who was actually involved in the decision. Instead, they just put up a senior advisor who testified that a temporary suspension of telework could be indefinite, and the arbitrator rejected that directly. So how does this all play out might be different from whether or not they broke the law when doing these things. So we will see. The administration in various ways has been brazen, getting some pushback from the courts, but this is a win on paper, and I think the ruling is correct, and it's a pattern now that we're seeing agencies, violate the law with respect to collective bargaining, and these challenges will likely continue to play out. So I would encourage the agencies to do the right thing and follow the law, but it doesn't look like some of them are going to do that. We'll see that in a later development today. What do you guys think? Should telework be returned to what it normally is? Is telework a good thing? Should the agencies be required to follow the law with respect to collective bargaining agreements? What do you think? Let me know. Thank you, everybody, for your support. Take care and have a great day.